So you're going to want to repeat rounds 1 through 12 of the body and continue knitting until your hat measures 8.5 inches from the cast on edge. So you can see we're just at 8.5 inches. And once you reach this point, you're ready to begin decreasing. The great thing about this pattern is that you can end on any round. So depending on which round you end on will determine which set of decreasing instructions you follow. For instance, for me, I'm going to be ending on round 7. So in this video tutorial, I'll be showing you how to do the decrease if you end on round 7. However, I will leave all the decrease instructions in the description box below. They're all very similar with just slight or subtle differences depending on which round you end on. If you end on round 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or 11, you are going to be following these decrease instructions in this tutorial. So first you're going to knit 13, purl 2, knit 1, purl 2. So this should be very familiar by now. We're just going to knit through these 13 stitches. And 13 and purl the next 2 stitches. Knit the next stitch. And purl 2. And then you just repeat that for the first decreasing round and meet me back for decrease round number 2. Okay, here we go. We are starting round 2 of the decrease. The first step is to knit 2 stitches. One, 2. And next we will be knitting 2 stitches together. So you're going to go into 2 stitches at the same time. 1, 2, and you go in knitwise and you just knit those 2 stitches together. Then knit 2. Then we are going to slip the next stitch purlwise. And then knit 2. 1, 2, knit 2 together, knit the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, and now we are going to purl the next 2 stitches together. So you're going to go in purlwise into 2 stitches at the same time, 1, 2, and purl them together. Then we are going to slip the next stitch purlwise and purl 2 together. And then you just repeat that set of instructions until we reach round 3. Okay, here we are, round 3 of our decrease. First we will knit 2 stitches. 1, 2, then knit the next 2 stitches together. Knit 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then knit 2 together. Then we knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and purl 1. And then you just repeat that set of decreased instructions and meet me back at the end for round 4 of our decrease. So as you are decreasing, at some point your stitches are going to get too tight to continue using your 16-inch circular knitting needles. So I like to use the magic loop method to decrease. You can switch to size 6mm double pointed needles if that works better for you. This is just the method I prefer. If you'd like a separate video tutorial where I show you exactly how it's done, I can do that. But for now, just use your preferred method of decrease. So for round 4, first we're going to place our stitch marker. You're going to knit 2 together. So knit 2 stitches together. And because I'm using the magic loop method, I'm going to be lining up my needles. I pull the back needle out, bring it and knit off the front needle. So then you're going to knit 2 together. Slip 1 purlwise with the yarn in the back. Knit the next 2 stitches together. Knit the next 2 stitches together again. Purl 1. Slip 1 purlwise with the yarn in the back, and purl 1. And there you go. That's it. You repeat that set of decreasing instructions until you make it all the way back to your stitch marker, and I'll meet you at the end for round 5. So here we go, round 5. All we are going to do is knit 2 together, knit 1, knit 2 together, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So first knit 2 stitches together. There, now I'm situated. Magic loop can be a little bit fiddly at times. Just keep at it. Then we are going to knit the next stitch. Knit 2 together. Purl 1. Knit 1, purl 1. And then you just go ahead and you repeat those set of decreasing instructions, and I will meet you for the final round of our decrease. All right, here we go. You've made it to the final round of our decrease. So the first thing we're going to do is, instead of knitting 2 together, we're actually going to knit the next 3 stitches together. So you knit 3 together, then we purl 1, slip 1 purlwise, and purl 1. And then you just repeat those instructions until you make it back to your stitch marker, and then you have completed your decrease. And we can cinch our beanie and weave in the ends, and that's it. You will then have your very own wild oak beanie. All right, so I cut a tail long enough to where I can cinch my beanie, and then I threaded that onto my tapestry needle. And what we are going to do is we are going to slip the stitches that are on our knitting needle onto our tapestry needle, like so. I usually do a few at a time. And you just individually slip those stitches onto your tapestry needle. And you pull that tail through those stitches. And you want to be careful, making sure you're picking up every stitch from your knitting needle. You don't want to drop any. And I thread the tail through the stitches as I go. And then you pull your beanie shut at the top. You pull it until it's closed. And then I like to go down the center of the beanie. There will be a little bit of a space or a gap or a hole, and you want to go through the hole. And then I like to turn my beanie inside out. And then I use my needle to just weave through that gap at the top, and I go back and forth, just weaving in the top. Like so. And then I pull and make sure it's secure. And I like to go back into a top stitch or two, and I like to create a little knot. Just like that, to make sure it's nice and snug and secure. All that's left to do now is weave in our ends. So I flip my beanie so it's facing inside towards me. And I find the a column of V stitches. You can see that I'm going to insert my tapestry needle from the bottom going up, and I'm going to be going from the outside of the stitch towards the inside. I'm going to be wrapping my yarn going from the outside towards the inside of the stitch, just slowly and carefully winding the yarn around the stitches. And I usually do about four to five stitches, and then I'm going to turn my hat. So now I'm going the opposite direction, and this time I'm going to run the yarn from the inside of the stitch outwards, from the inside going outwards. That's it. After I've done a few stitches in both directions, I'm going to then cut off my tail, and that's how I weave in my hats. Thank you so much for taking the time to knit along with me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you would like to see more unique patterns, please like and subscribe and comment below. Let me know what you're interested in. Also, I do have an Instagram at griswold.knit, so you can follow me there. Use the hashtag wildoakbeanie because I would love to see your finished hats. Until next time, happy knitting.